What's up, guys? It's Gaming, and this is my official pre-release kind of video of the Uneco-Craft Server. It's gonna release Monday, May 30th, 2016, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or somewhere around there. You can probably join a little bit sooner. I'm also going to be streaming at that time, so you can go ahead and watch the stream if you'd like, or you can hop on the server and join us. Either or, I don't care. It's awesome either way, so you do what you want to do. When you do join, a couple things to note. You will be put into a tutorial, and you won't be receiving chat messages and stuff like that, and there'll probably be people like, hey, welcome, welcome, stuff like that. You're not going to be getting those until afterwards, but it's okay. You'll still get them. And when you go through the tutorial, just be patient. You can't move around. You can't do anything. You just read it, go through it, kind of give you the basic rundown of the server. I kept trying to fly and it wouldn't let me, and I'm in full time for some reason, but that doesn't matter. So when you're, I just gotta focus on this really quick before I do that. So when you do that, after you finish it, just sit through it, be patient. It'll give you $500, so it's worth it, and you'll get a basic layout of the server, so you have a little bit better of an understanding. Even if you watch this video, it's always nice to have a refresher. Some things to note: the very first thing you're going to do is you want to click on this, and I'm going to log off and relog, so it gives me that join message. It'll give everybody, yes, perfect, this one right here. So this is going to be your really helpful message. You're going to want to click on this link right here and go to the website, and it's our engine website. If you already have a engine account, then your life's that much easier, especially if your Minecraft account is already linked with engine, because all you have to do is sign in on our website. But if you haven't, you are going to have to link your Minecraft account. It's not too bad. It'll only take a few minutes, so be patient, bear with me. And then it will assign you, though. It'll assign you to the new group called Part-Time. That's basically the group that actually allows you to do the basic stuff of the server. Because when you're in the temp group, I mean, pretty much the only thing you can do is run around, spawn, and type in chat. And that's it. You can't even click on lines. So, like, if you want to use these awesome Danny fast travel stations, which we do have everywhere, like everywhere important, so that'll get you to important stuff. If you're too lazy to type, you can click on them. Even though they say everybody, I don't even think temp can access them, even though it says everybody on them. So yeah, it's gonna suck if you want to do that. But do note, once you do that, it'll automatically rank you up. It might take it a minute, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. Some things also to point out: on the right hand side of my screen, you'll see my scoreboard, and it'll display your name, how many players are online. Don't worry about player slots. We have more than 20 available. I just don't have it set to more than 20 because I don't have a use for it, because it's not launched yet. Now, it also displays your money and your current rank. So for you guys, first it'll say temp, and then once you do that, it'll say part-time, and it'll be awesome, super duper cool. Also note that the tab does have fancy jazzy stuff on it. That link for our server is a link that will get you there, although if you type it in instead of just direct clicking on it like this, it doesn't always take you there. So you can use uneco-craft.us, and that will take you there for sure if you want to type it in, or you can just click on this. Pretty simple. And then you have our Discord link, which is right here. And if you don't know what Discord is, it's like Skype and TeamSpeak had a baby, and it surpassed their parents so much. It does not have video chatting on it, which is okay for our purposes. It is a speaking client that allows you to talk to people like TeamSpeak does, except I would argue that the quality is better, and it's even a little bit lighter on your system. At least in my experience, it has been. We do have an awesome server set up on there, so you can join in on that, and we'll get you set up on there so you can chit chat with everybody, make it a little bit more fun for everybody, so you don't have to type in chat. And if you prefer that, you can do that too. But there's that option there. And then you have this. It tells you if you want to get some free cash in-game cash, you can do /vote, and it'll pop up these 4 links for you. And if you're familiar with voting, then you already know. But if you're not, you're going to click on the link, hit yes, it'll take you to a website. Put in your Minecraft username. It's important that you use your Minecraft username, because that's how it basically confirms that it was you voting. If you want your reward, I mean, yes, you don't want your reward, you don't have to put in your Minecraft username, but you can put in your Minecraft username. It may actually check if that's a legit Minecraft username, so unless you just guess and get lucky, I don't even see why that'd be a problem. You probably want the reward, but for each time you vote, you get $200, so moolah in your hand. That's always fun. And there's 4 of them, so you're going to do all 4 of them. And if you do all 4 of them, you'll get an extra bonus $100 on top of it. So, I mean, you have the potential to make $900 a day, man, just for voting. And you do the server a favor. So it's a win-win-win. I don't know where the third one came from, but it is. So deal with it. But once you do get that part-time group, or rank more so, you can start joining jobs. And the first jobs you can join is these 4 right here. And the jobs are pretty simple. Their names describe what you have to do in order to make money. So for instance, a builder makes money by putting blocks down. A miner makes money for breaking or mining ores. And likewise with all these, essentially the more difficult or rare or whatever the item or task it is that you're getting or performing, the more money you get per said item or task. And I'll kind of break that down for you in a minute. But before I do that, I also want to get into our ranks. /ranks is a little incomplete right now, but like I said, we're kind of busting out some last minute stuff to fine tune it before the server is officially released. It does have temp, which is what you get by default, part-time, full-time, supervisor, which is the last non-staff rank you can actually get. And there should be another one right here. It's manager, which is equivalent of moderator. And then CEO should be equivalent of admin, not moderator. It's a little messed up right there. And then CB, which is corporate board, equivalent of the owner on the server. So the way you get these, temp by default, part-time, I already told you, go on the server, or I keep saying server, the website, and link your Minecraft account, sign in, bada bing, bada boom. It might take it a minute, so be patient, but it will give you the group by default or automatically. And then full-time, a couple things to say about full-time. One, you do have to put 12 hours of playing time on the server, which don't worry, doesn't take that long. And you can check how much player time you have by doing /player time space time. And it'll tell you how many days, hours, minutes, and seconds you've been on since you issued that command. Or not since you issued the command, but up to when you issued that command. And do note, I do have way more than 13 hours. I didn't install this plugin the second I started doing the server. If this was really accurate, it'd probably say a couple weeks, but we don't need to talk about that. But once you do hit 12 hours, it will issue a command. It'll probably take it a few seconds because it checks every 10 seconds for people in that if they have 12 hours played. Anyways, you don't care about that part. It might take a second, but it will rank you up to full-time. And at full-time, you can access the residential world, which is where you go to build houses and whatnot. And I will get to that in a moment as well. But I want to get to the last, a non-ranked or non-staff rank, which is supervisor. And you notice that one right here is purple. Supervisor gives you access to the rest of the jobs, which is always fun to have a little bit more variety. It gives you the ability to be able to buy shop land, which is that platform right there and that platform right there. And it's not officially set up all the way because it's a far out process anyways for people to be there, so we haven't really put a lot of priority into it, but it will be set up in the future. They also get access to, I think that's actually pretty much it. Well, there's more things, but things that I can't really talk about right now because they're in development. They're secret fun stuff, surprises. But in order to get supervisor, now this is probably the hardest rank to get. Granted, full-time will take some time. It doesn't really require a lot of effort, just more like playing. And I guess for the sake that it's a economy server, supervisor is the same way. You just gotta play and make money and stuff because you do in fact buy this rank with in-game currency that you earn in-game. There's no way to actually buy this with real money, so don't even try or ask. It costs $500,000, moolah, but it will give you access to the highest non-staff rank and all the perks that come with it, like having your own shop, accessing more jobs, and some other secret stuff that I'm not talking about right now because we don't really get to know right now, but it's pretty fun and pretty cool stuff that you'll see in the future. Now, before I get back into the residential world, I want to get into the jobs really quick. So when you join a job, you just click it, and it's going to tell me, all right, in this job, and if you want to leave it, you can leave it this way. Now, when you do a job, you earn money for doing it. So you don't actually sell the stuff that you collect. You actually make the money for performing the job. And you also earn experience towards that specific job, and there's a total of 50 levels per job that you can get, and the higher level you are, the more money you earn per task performed. So as an example, I'm like a level 30 something woodcutter, and I make like a poop ton of money per block, like $30 a oak log chopped down. So I can make a lot of money really fast. I only have 16 grand right now because I haven't been working, because I've been busy working on the server rather than playing on the server. I did take some downtime, I'll be honest. I took downtime because you can't just bust out the server or just because then you'll go insane and it'll suck. But yes, that's pretty much all I had to say on that. Oh yeah, also note, there's a warning here. Leaving jobs will make you slowly lose levels for that job, so be cautious. So if you're like, I don't want to be a woodcutter anymore, I want to be a miner, just note that after periods of time, you'll start losing your experience in the woodcutter level. So like for me, if I left woodcutter, that would kind of suck because I have a lot of levels in it, and I make a lot of good money doing it. You can also have top seeds of 2 jobs as part-time, full-time rank. That was another thing. Supervisors do get access to 3 jobs. So that's fun. It's not quite implemented yet, but it will be, so look forward to that as well. By the time you guys get on here, definitely by the time anybody reaches the rank of supervisor, it'll be implemented. So will the shop system, but owning your own shop system. We do have a shop system, which I will get into in a minute, but yeah. So let's get into also, you'll notice really quick, gosh, I keep like, there's a lot to talk about. It's really awesome, so there's a lot to do. You can't actually break blocks in here. I could because I'm off, so I'm not actually going to punch the ground, see, because, yeah, fun stuff. But you can't do anything like that, and there's walls surrounding you, and there's, like, no way to get out, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm trapped, so what do I do? Oh, man, if you want to work, you got to go to the work world, man. You ready to work? You got to go here, and you can click this, and the work world's awesome because it's a world that's, like, full, I keep doing this, full survival, PvP, PvE. You can make monies here. I don't really encourage PvP because, I mean, really, we're all here for the sake of making money, but you definitely can, and you do make money, small amount of money for killing another player. Like, I'm talking small. Like, the time it would take you to kill somebody else, you would have earned way more money doing your job normally as is. But here, I want to go over shops in a minute. Not right now. They're pretty awesome, though. Look at those beautiful things. And also note, we do have fast travel stations here. You can access kit if you want. If you need it, you can get a wooden toolkit. Do note that you can only get it once. Also note, just something about this toolkit. Don't enter the /kit tools command in any world but this world, because you're going to be really sad when you come, or like when you come here to do work, but you realize you don't have your tools because you issued them in a different world, because inventories in this world stay in this world and they don't transfer over from the other 2 worlds. But the other 2 worlds, the res and spawn world, do transfer back and forth. Look at this little back and forth thing I got going on here. It's for that reason, is because we want to really push like economy, so you can't just come here and collect resources and build your house. You actually have to buy your materials. It makes it more fun, more economy like anyways, so that's why we have it set that way. You can come up here. Obviously you won't be flying around like I am. You notice these beacons, these mark the safe zone, so in here you can't kill each other, hurt each other, break blocks, stuff like that. Mobs won't spawn in here, but they can walk in here, and when you leave, it'll say you're leaving the safe zone, and enter, it says you're entering the safe zone. So it's nice and fun. You can go out there and perform your different jobs, make the monies. Don't build here. Like, don't make a permanent residence here. You can by all means, you can. There's no protection against griefing, and by all means, if players grief you, they can, because it's an open world to do jobs and make money and stuff. They don't really have a reason to grief you except for making tools themselves. So like, by all means, you're capable of doing whatever you want here to make money, or you can come to the shops and buy some tools and whatnot if you need to, if you want to. There's different ways, different methods of going about making your money. Do note that we will reset the world once a month, so don't get mad when your stuff or house or whatever you built was gone, because it's going to be gone. You had your warning. Sorry for the slamming door sound. So your items won't transfer over, but your money and experience does transfer over between worlds, so don't worry about that. But once you do get money, and once you play 12 hours and you get your rank to, sorry, wrong command, you get your full-time rank, you can go to /warp-res, and that'll bring you to the residential world. In here, I don't want to step on that, but if you step on these pressure plates, that's how you get a wooden hoe, so like this. And the way this works is the same way World Edit works, except you're just making selections on the ground. So if you want to build a house here, you're going to left-click here and disregard that. That's from earlier. Right-click here, and it'll tell you the selection size and the total cost of the land. You do need to have a minimum of 10 by 10, which is about $5,000, give or take a little bit. But once you do that, you can buy it and do /res create, and then that your name that you want to have. And then once you do that, you'll have your house, and I'm gonna go over to mine just to demonstrate for you guys. You will need to do something really quickly. Do /res space set, and you'll have this awesome GUI. You will not have this many options that I have, because I have access to every single one of the flags. Some of them are going to be turned off for you, and you're not going to have a choice on that. But a couple things you're going to want to be able to do is, like, you won't have admin, I promise you, but craft and build and I think destroy, things like that, you're going to want to turn them on. The way you turn them on is you left click to enable, right click to disable, and shift click to remove. Now in this case, removed, if it says flag state removed, that pretty much means that it's disabled, because by default I'm pretty sure they're all disabled. So if you want to enable them, it's left click. You want to disable them, right click. These are just for you personally, so no other player will be able to build and break inside of your region regardless. And if you want somebody to be able to build with you, then you just have to do /res p add their name, and then they'll be added. And if it's the same thing, except you do p delete if you don't want them in there anymore. And that's pretty much it for this. If you do want to see your selection, you can do /res. Oh geez, I even forget this command. I think it's /res limits, I think, and I'll give you /res limits. And I'll tell you your coordinates. Golly, there is a way to show it. You can do /res help. I don't want to get super into it right now for the sake of the video showing everything else, but you can do /res help, and it'll kind of explain those things, and you can find out which one, and it'll just show you like that grid selection, like this. It'll just show that again for a couple seconds if you need it. And also, just if you walk in someone else's zone, you'll know you're in their zone, so don't have to worry about overlapping other people's, and it won't let you buy it over someone else's too. And if we do start getting crowded with a lot of plots, we always have more, and we can keep generating more, no problem. Yes, there is other stuff, but you can't get to it. You can't even jump outside of this, because we have this whole thing set to a zone, and you can't jump out, so don't try. But yes, let's get into some other stuff. What else is there? We can go to Warp Info Center. This place is awesome. Breaks down some stuff. This is like right in the middle of spawn, pretty much. And here you can access some quick warps if you want to. It also has, for like the big main features like the homes, the lottery system, which is where I'm going next, the shops and the jobs. It does have a sign you can click, which will give you a link in your chat, which will take you to the videos that you may or may not seen on my channel already that kind of break down those things more specifically, which I probably will update with more details in the future, but right now they are there. Now we're gonna go to the lottery. So over here, the lottery is pretty great. We have 3 lotteries set up. We have a daily, a weekly, and a monthly lottery. They're pretty simple. Daily one draws once a day. The weekly one draws once a week. Monthly one draws once a month. Pretty simple. And then it has information up here. It tells you how much the ticket cost, the tax if you do win, and the percent chance that you have of it actually. The jackpot chance basically is the percent chance it has of drawing somebody, not so much your chances of winning. And just the way to put that simply is, let's say 100 people buy one ticket. 100 different people buy one ticket each. And you're one of those people. First off, there's a 55% chance of this lottery is going to draw one of those people, and there's a 45% chance it's not going to draw anybody. It's going to go into the next round. If it does draw somebody, then you still have a 1 in 100 chance of winning. Just keep that in mind. And if it doesn't draw anybody, it'll take the pot, which is this number at the bottom. So the pot is how much ever money it collected that round, and it will hold on to it, which is a nice thing. So it'll carry over into the next round. It'll do a 60-second cooldown, and the next round will start. Once the next round starts, you can start buying tickets again, but all your tickets bought in the previous round will be gone, but the money that was put in will still be there. And then on the daily lottery also, it does add $1,000 by default each round, regardless of the winner or not a winner, so the pot does keep growing, or at least if someone wins on the money, it starts back out at 1,000. And then the 20% tax is basically if you win, and so you win $100, you're gonna get 80 of it because 20% is taxed off. Pretty simple. And then kind of more of incentive for the weekly lottery and the monthly lotteries. They do take longer. However, the percent on the tax gets consecutive lower. So this one's 15% and that one's actually 10%. The tickets are more. This one's $50 and that one's $100. Your jackpot chances go up. So this one has a 65% chance. And basically what this means is that there's a higher chance that it's actually going to select a winner each round. And then also note that when the pot draws, win or no win, it'll add $5,000 to the pot. So it'll be at least $5,000. If not, add another $5,000 just to make it sweeten up the deal a little bit more. And then we have the monthly one. Like I said, the cost per ticket is $100. There's only a 10% tax, but look at that jackpot chance. 85% chance that it's going to draw somebody, and it draws once a month. I haven't started it because I'm actually going to start it the day we launch. That way it rolls on 30 days. On the 30th. Amazing. I know. What can I say? And there's only a 10% tax. 10% tax. So you'll win more money if you do in fact win. And so this pot I expect to get really high. It also, the setting amount after every pot draws, it'll go to $10,000. And so if no one wins, it'll add another $10,000 on top of it. So this one's definitely going to be a big winner once a month. And I mean, you can make good money off of these if you do win. So it's a lot of fun. Just kind of another thing for people to do with their time. Now we're going to go back over to the shops. I say back over. We're going to the shops. And this is one of the things you need to note. It actually says it right here. Don't see the shops. Warp to another world and warp back. Too lazy type of warp like me, go ahead and click the sign and then just do /back. And you will have access to /back even as part-time. So you'll see the shops. These are the shops. They're really, really awesome. You can navigate by clicking this arrow, although I would recommend right-clicking this and then navigating with these arrows in the top of the screen. And then you can come here, and this is basically the start of it. This like quickly buy something. If you just need one thing, you can just left click and it'll come here and you can confirm, and boom, boom, look at that, you bought something. Or if you need a bunch of stuff, you can shift click, add it to your cart, specify an amount. You can add like one, you can add a stack, more than a stack. You'll see here it says 259. Doesn't really update here, but you can still see the tag shows how much. Or you can specify a specific amount by typing it in on the anvil. Is basically what that's doing. And then you can remove it all until you have none. You can confirm or cancel. In my case, I'm going to cancel. Actually, I shouldn't have just showed you guys. I'm going to add a stack and hit confirm. Then we're going to go over here. Oh man, I need some glowstone too. And I need like 2 of those for my lovely home. And then I'm done. So I'm going to go up here to my checkout and go like this. And it's going to be like, that's how many I have of that. That's how much those cost. That's how much I have of that. And that's how much those cost. I can remove them. And I decided I don't need the glowstone. Let's remove it. And then up here it says total price, what your balance is, and what your balance is going to be after you buy it. And then you can confirm there. But I don't want it. So I'm going to go back. Because like I said, I actually earned this money legit. I'm not just going to waste a bunch of it. Also, broken down building blocks. Essentially building blocks, redstone items. Also agriculture does have your basic farming needs like pretty flowers and what's not. It also has all the tools that you could need. This is here just for like when you're building your house. If you want to like not have to sit there and punch stone, you can actually mine it up with pickaxes. So those are accessible here, which is nice. And then you have your access to your basic ores. And the one thing I will note, I did make it in the sense that like if you went to buy a diamond pickaxe and if you bought the pickaxe itself, it would cost more than it would cost you to buy just 3 diamonds and 2 sticks to make it. Just not a lot, but it would cost slightly more. A significant amount where if you exercise just buying the ores yourself, you would in future save actually a good amount of money. So that's one thing if you want to do. If you don't want to do it for the time's sake, whatever. Kind of how it works in the real world too. So go for it, man. Excuse me. Also note, Nether Star is currently the most expensive thing we have, $20,000. So, yay, fun stuff. Other than that, there's not a whole lot more to talk about. I could go back to work and show you guys. We do have these 2. So the combat shop basically has everything that your little heart's gonna need for this world for working. Different tools, buckets, bottle of enchanting, different tiers of items, and in fact the ore, like I said, you could just buy stuff and craft it yourself. Or in this world, which I do recommend, is play like an actual survival world. Get some fun, have some fun playing survival, make some money towards the thing, you know, make some tools, bunch of tree, find some actual tools, and then you can come back here and buy some bottles of enchanting, or if you already have them, and you can enchant that thing and make a bunch of money. I'm gonna tell you something. When you do, like if you do like a woodcutter or something that involves destroying anything, and you get a diamond tool, and you get efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, which I have got legit, and you start just punching things away, you make so much money, level up so fast. So, fun tips from the owner to you with my experience. Also note there's an anvil here if you want to combine stuff, repair stuff, and don't worry about it breaking because it will automatically replace itself with a little handy dandy command. And if you need some food, you can access it here. We do have a golden apple and a notch apple, but the notch apple is really expensive, and so is the gold apple, but not quite near as expensive as the notch apple. And other than that, that's pretty much it. I can go back to spawn, show you guys around a little bit. These are where the shops are going to be when we do get them set up, so players will be able to kind of make their own shops to kind of compete with the default shops, which will be awesome to kind of drive that economy even more. There are secret things in development right now I've talked about a little bit that you will get access to at higher ranks. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it'll be a lot of fun. I hope people will hop on and join and have fun, and we can grow the server and do awesome things together. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Look forward to the stream again on May 30th, 2016 at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's also when the server will release, and there's already links. The IP is already out on the other videos. I am going to actually remove them, and so people don't join these next couple days, just because we really need to sit down and fix some stuff that needs fixed and go over some things without any other players joining. But then I will put the IP in this video on that day. We'll also post a video saying that I am streaming with a link to the stream, which will probably be YouTube streaming, so you won't really need it, but it'll be there, and also IP to the server. So I look forward to seeing y'all's there if you do come, and if you don't, whatever, it's all good. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like if you liked, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to check out some of my other content and subscribe to me for some more. Note, I don't make videos this long all the time. This is kind of a special thing, but awesome nonetheless. Thank you, and bye-bye.